Good. It's your boy Fanon. Get on this live stream, talk a little boxing this evening. Hope all's well with people. What's good? What's good? What's good? Probably going to take a little bit of time for people to jump on. We got one person waiting. Let me know who you are. Man, Denard Reed, what's up? It's always good to see you in the house, man. What's up with you, Mr. Wrench Gang? The original. Man, Mike Biggs, what's going on, man? How you feeling? Gonna try to do a little live stream tonight, man. Might try to do about an hour. Holler at y'all real quick. Sheldon Holmes, what's good, man? How you feeling? Actual Facts, what's going on, man? Lawrence Williams, what's good? The Life of Bob J, what's good, man? Corey Lee, what's happening, my man? Ill Establishment 92. That's the question of the day. I don't think he does, man. What's going on, man? Junichi, how you feeling? Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Yeah, look, man, I don't think this dude can make this fight, man. I'm just listening to what I've been reviewing the videos that I've made, reviewing the articles that are going on, man. You know, the articles that are written about it. And I just don't think this dude has the ability to make that fight, man. Cedric Green, what's going on? Reginald Thompson, what's happening? Tim B, what's happening? Yeah, man. And honestly, man, I think the whole thing has been a farce, man. Boxing 100 Boxing UK, what's happening with you, man? Now, see, the funny thing is with this, shout out to the UK too, my man. Charles D, what's happening? Shoot, just talking about this. Yeah, he said it's not going to happen. You see, this is the thing, man. I don't think he has a power. That's what I'm saying. He might not even have the power to make that happen, man. Those dudes, because for him to pass up that type of money, that's just, I mean, come on, man. That's ridiculous. How in the world would he do that if he had any common sense? So short of just saying that the dude is, I mean, okay, I done some videos before. What's going on? Twain 26 43. Charles E say, you surprised I'm live at this time. Hey, man, I'm not on vacation anymore. I feel really rested. And now I'm about to make it happen. I'm just, shoot, I want to talk boxing. There ain't no fights on tonight that I know of anyway. Not any big ones. The big fights are next week. So I wanted to see if anybody's wanted to talk about this, man. You know, get this going. Pasha Blaine, what's happening, my man? And they wonder why we call Hearns a slave driver. Yeah, pretty much, man. I'm just thinking, man, that's just really what's going on. What's going on, Twain? Reginald Thomas, I think Wilder should fight every boxer that AJ wants to fight. The Hearn. Ill Will Co 01. Yes, sir. I hear what you're saying on that. Yeah, man, because it's just not, I don't think it's gonna happen for him, man. And I don't want to that's what's up, Charles D. Yeah, I was always stuck between either Anthony Joshua is a coward or he's stupid. One or the other. El Fenici was good. You know, he's either stupid or he's a coward. But then I was like, you know what? There's a third option. It's not his decision. And when Barry Hearn put this little line in something that he said that AJ is an integral part of the decision-making process, you know, that tells me, yeah, Sheldon Holmes, he might be all three. But yeah, Chilltown Majors, Joshua's a slave. Yeah, man. Yeah, Eddie Hearn holds the key. I think that has to be it, man, because I don't want that to be the case for Anthony Joshua. I really want that to be the case. I want it to be the case that the guy just didn't have the authority to make the call to do that because he's under contractual obligations with Eddie Hearn, and Eddie Hearn said he couldn't take the fight, you know? And he might have had one more fight under, who knows, man. That's what I'm hoping, man. That's what I'm hoping. Because other than that, man, this is the most ridiculous duck move for everybody. And even just saying, oh, my UK fans, and you can't tell me that fans of boxing in the United Kingdom don't want to see Anthony Joshua fight for the unification of all the belts, and what they really would rather see is a far more inferior bout against Alexander Povetkin as long as they can be there. You know what I mean? That's like me saying, you know, I'm a big uh, God, Errol Spence Jr. fan, right? But Errol Spence Jr. doesn't want to fight outside of Texas. So, I would rather have him fight, I don't know, Devin Alexander in Texas versus having him fight in Terence Crawford in Las Vegas. That just doesn't make any sense. What's going on, Black Fight Fan TV in the house? If y'all ain't subscribed to the Black Fight Fan TV, please do so. Yeah, so I'm just thinking maybe this dude really just doesn't have the power in there, and he's trying to save face. He's trying to save face and act like he's running something when he ain't really running nothing. And that wouldn't be the first time that wouldn't be the first time something like that's happened, man. And he might have thought that he had the power to do it until he asked for that $50 million and they gave it to him. And they're like, no, you can't do that. You're not ready, whatever that. We're not signing off on that. Sorry, we just can't do it, and could give whatever type of excuse they want to give for it. But, I'm much more hoping that that's the case than it is that he just really would come up some really lame excuse like he wants to fight in the UK because, that's what I really think the fans deserve. That sounds like a company man line. That sounds like something that some PR person told him to say, because he's got fans, all of the fans that are in that UK that would come into that arena they would watch him on pay-per-view. And on top of it, it's like that when the trainer gave that interview today, the trainer said the same thing. The trainer was like, well, Anthony Joshua really needs to fight in an arena. I mean, like, listen to what this dude says. I'll actually go through this because I don't know what's going on with this wonderful platform we're on today. But it's like, it's not worth doing a video today for raising money for this cause because it's just amazing what they've done. But anyway, I won't complain out loud about that. We just get it going a different way. They say, McCracken, I do what I think is in Anthony's interest, and right now, I think what's best for him is to box in the UK. Whoever that's against, whether it's Wilder or the likes of Golovkin, you've got fighters like Dillian Whyte doing fantastically well, right up there at the top. Throws in Dillian Whyte's name. There's one or two other really good fighters out there, but my thinking at the moment is he fights in the UK. Without a doubt, for me, the Wilder fight will take place. It's just whether it's this year or next year. That's to be determined. I like Anthony to fight in the UK in his next contest. I believe that's in his interest and best for him. Now, right there, I believe that's what's in his interests and best for him. What do you mean? Do you think he can't win? Does that sounds like you're saying like, no, he really needs to stay at home. He's not ready to travel yet. You know what I mean? That's what that is, Charles D. That's exactly what you said. This fool, I got 3 belts, acting like a prospect. Get him belts up. But that's what he said. I think this is, I do. Right. And listen, I know some people think I'm reading this too closely, but what he says is, I do what I think is in Anthony's interest. And right now, I think what's best for him would be to box in the UK. And I like Anthony to fight in the UK in his next contest. I believe that's what is in his interests and best for him. Talking about filling up stadiums, and he's been a breath of fresh air to British boxing. He's a great bloke, he's great for the sport. He speaks well, he looks well, he's likable, he's genuine. He ain't genuine because the dude said he's going to fight for $50 million and didn't do it. But, what's going on, Beverly Rose? How you doing? I just flipped back and screen and saw that you were here. Shout out to you. Mike Biggs. Oh, what's that going on between you over there, Beverly Rose and Mike Biggs? That's crazy. All right, Charles D. This fool has 3 belts, acting like a prospect, getting belts up. Well, he's not going to give up the belts. I could go along with that line of thoughts, but that's not going to happen, man. He's going to hold on to the mugs as long as he absolutely positively can. As long as he can. I guess I'm a little bit tired, man. Ali Dago 619. What is happening with you, man? That's funny. Expert Genius, what's good, man? Oh. Shout out in the super chat, man. That is much appreciated today, man. I can't tell you, man. This YouTube's been on like a trip. They must have changed their algorithm or something. But hey, man, that super chat is much appreciated today. Okay, we talking about Antonia Jenner, aka Anthony Joshua. Yeah, pretty much, dog. He's just absolutely ridiculous, man. Oh, 100 UK Boxing says that our split is just as bad over here as it is in the US. Of course it is, man. Of course it is. And I'll be really, see, I can't tell with that British accent. Oh, yeah. And by the way, yeah, expert genius. That's what we talking about, man. And much love in the super chat. I can't tell who's who with that voice. I would have thought that one particular channel was a channel that was a black channel, but somebody's like, nah, he's not. So I don't know what it is about some certain UK accents. It's hard for me to pick it up. When I usually in America, I know just off the voice. But in the UK, for some reason, it throws me off a little bit with that accent. So it'd be interesting to know, man, if those are really the people who are supporting Anthony Joshua. And, maybe some of the more authentic people, might be a little suspect of that, that obvious corporate thing going on. Because that's what that is. World Combat Sports, what's happening with you, man? They have more estrogen. Anthony G-String Joshua needs his ass whooped for all that super Dave stunts he's trying to pull. Yeah, man, he is what he is, man, at this point in time, man. I mean, to be a prospect, if he's a prospect, he's a prospect. If he's a prospect, he's a prospect. But that just tells you what the belts are worth, man. Ruben Selenius Jr. says, Joshua is so scared, it's sad. Is that A lipstick J? Zuper duper? is that lipstick? Oh man, Fanon sub Big G. What's good with you, J Cash? Been a minute. Yep. Had to holler at you of all peace. What do you think of Tyson Fury Tyson Fury on about? Man, I like Tyson Fury. Zuper duper, you tripping. Yeah, Angel Santos, the belts ain't nothing no more, man. I'm 100%, man. Yeah, I like Tyson Fury. I'm excited about Tyson Fury. And honestly, I didn't do a video on this today, but I'm probably going to do one pretty soon. He says, to be fair, most Joshua fans are post 2012 Olympic fans, only know Joshua and Fury because of his antics. Yeah, I can kind of tell you that these dudes are kind of young, man. Because they just say things that are like ridiculous. And that's usually a sign of, of excessive youth. You know what I mean? You really believe that you know what you're talking about, even though, hey, man, you don't. But it takes them some time to figure out that they don't know what they're talking about. And so, if they're little kids, the thing about YouTube is I can't see them. But I can tell from the way that I can tell from their notes that they're probably some real young folk, because number one, they can't talk to you without insulting you. Struggle Box, you gotta love a guy that shows up to the press conference as Batman. Yeah, man, I like Tyson Fury a lot. And that's the thing that I was saying I was gonna do one on. Look, man, dude, I was really excited when Tyson Fury won that, man. And he came and he got in the face of Anthony Joshua. That fight, he got in the face of Deontay Wilder, man. That fight would have happened with him, man. That fight would have happened with Tyson Fury. We would have had a unification fight with Tyson Fury. Because that's the type of dude he is. I believe that dude is real. That dude's got a real heart. And on top of it, he's got Frank Warren. He's with Frank Warren, and Frank Warren is not... I don't know Frank Warren like that. I'm sure there's some funny business with Frank Warren or whatever, but, because he's a promoter, I'm not going to put that above him. But dude is just... Eddie Hearn is the worst, man. Eddie Hearn is the worst, man. Yep, Charles D. Tyson Fury is not scared. And I like Tyson Fury. I'm hoping he comes back. I know this next fight, he's not going to look the best. Well, I don't think he's going to look the best because of that very long layoff. And he's always kind of an awkward, difficult dude to not difficult dude to watch, but it's just going to be interesting, man. But if he gets all the way back to where he was, I don't think Anthony Joshua has a chance against that dude. And honestly, man, I think it'd be real tough on Deontay Wilder too, unless Deontay Wilder can catch him, because the dude's just an excellent fighter, man. He's very mobile. He's a lot bigger than both of those guys are too. And it'll be interesting to see what Anthony Joshua can do with somebody that's that much bigger than him, or bigger and taller than him. You know what I mean? Hey, man, much love in the super chat, man. Anthony Griffin, thank you, sir. Anthony Joshua, man, thank you so much, man. Anthony Joshua, that's what's up. Said this whole thing is disappointing. He could have saved face and simply said he wasn't ready. Yeah, he could have said that. He said that before. That's the funny thing. He actually said that. He said, maybe 2020. Like, that's their plan, to get everything together. So they want to make sure that everything is sharp and crisp, and they know that they, in their own hearts, that they're the favorite to win that bout, right? But I like what Vitaly Klitschko said. Vitaly Klitschko's like, if you fight Deontay Wilder now, you become a superstar now. And I think what happened to Kell Brook, is in their head, man, because he got his ass whooped, dude. How long do you think, AJ? What's going on, NMBDK? What's happening, man? Anthony Joshua, I saw that, man. I'm much appreciated, man. I'm telling you, the super chat's appreciated this week, man, because I don't understand what's going on with this YouTube algorithm, man. I don't know if you guys are creators or whatever, monetized, man, but they're like everything, man. They're like demonetizing everything that came out today. And I've seen other channels talk about that too. So, I donate money. I basically take this money and donate it, or not directly donate it, but spend money on these kids in this athletic program, right? Because I ain't giving this money to these coaches. Believe that. These dudes ain't running off and not taking care of the business with it. But, it's just crazy what's going on today, man. I hope it's a glitch or something, because that was crazy. Anyway, man, I'm sorry to get onto that. Anthony Johnson. Is it Anthony Johnson? He said Anthony Johnson. I'm sorry, I called Joshua. Yeah, man. Anyway, man. So, hey, man, much love, Anthony Johnson, in the super chat, man. But he's not ready. You got people like Roy Jones Jr. saying he's not ready. You got people like Teddy Atlas saying he's not ready. His coach sounds like he's not. His coach is saying it's not in his best interest to fight outside of the UK. I mean, what is that? It's not in his best interest. It's not in his interest. It's not what's best for him to fight outside the UK. Why? 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 Was he afraid of heights or something? I mean, afraid of flying? Why? What's the logic behind that? But other than he's not ready for Anthony Joshua. And he said, he'll eventually go to the United States, but he's just not ready right now. He's just not ready right now. Charles, he said YouTube on they bull today. Yeah, hey, man, they tripping something fierce, man. I don't get it. Oh, well, J Cash, AJ, that Batty boy. Oh, man, hey, I think he likes the ladies. But I just don't think his team has any faith in him. And they're not going to let him go out there and get beat up. You know what I mean? Multiple sarcasm says Angelina Jolie. Zuber Parker won at least 5 rounds and AJ buckled twice. Zuber duper, you saw that? Hey, man, I have not had time to go back and look at that fight, but I thought he got buckled with a punch to the shoulder. Somebody let me know, man, if they've seen that recently. That looked like it was a shot to the shoulder, man. You know what I mean? He said, Fushin says he has no faith in himself. Yeah, man. Maybe he does, man. Anthony Jenner. What's blazing in sports? What's good, man? Welcome to the chat. Always good to see you, man. Always good to see you. I don't know, man. I'm looking for an excuse for this dude, man. Really. I'm looking for it. Because I don't want to just think that the dude is that much. He's that phony. I don't want to think that, man. I know I was calling him ass juice. I know I was clowning him or whatever, man. But I don't want to think that of the dude, man. I really don't want to think that of him. I think I'd much rather, I'll lie to myself and say, you know what? I just don't think Eddie Hearn will let him take the fight. What's going on, 1-2? Ain't seen you in a minute. Zuber says Juice doesn't have chins. Now that's another thing. Oh, Sonny Bust. What's going on, Sonny Justice Bay? Yeah, without a doubt. It is the biggest financial duck in history for sure. That's the biggest financial duck in history for sure. And especially because it's the heavyweight division, you got a chance to unify the all of the belts. You get $50 million guaranteed, and you don't want to take it because you don't want to leave your own backyard. It's got to be the biggest duck ever, man. That's got to be. That's an admission of defeat. That's an admission of defeat, and it's not even money over it. It's not even because he's getting more money. He's getting way more money too, not just a little bit more money. It's funny how you ever notice how some of these people do, how they do with these, how they talk about these multiples. Like he's only getting twice as much money as he's ever made before. Like, and Deontay Wilder would have gotten 5 times more money than he ever. Like, what does that think, man? Mr. Boxing all day, Fanon. Unlike Sports 78, who thinks AJ and Hearn will fight Povetkin first and then Wilder, I'm still of the belief for your 8-fight plan program, which is only 4 or 5 fights in. So incorrect. Yeah, it is. Absolutely. He's only that is how far they are in that. About 4 or 5. What is it? They wanted the Klitschko rematch, but that didn't work. Right. And look, you can even hear what this dude says. The coach says his coach, what's this dude's name? McCracken. Look, that's what he says. You got fighters like Dillian White doing fantastic. He says whoever that's against, whether it's Wilder, the likes of Povetkin, you've got fighters like Dillian White. Both Povetkin and Dillian White were mentioned in those lists of people that he could fight, along with Pulev. Right? Then there was Takam, Joseph Parker. These are all the fighters that they want to get through. And maybe, they're thinking, well, we'll take them through all of these different fighters, give him all these different looks. And after he gets through these different type of looks, then, we know he'll be fully developed. But he's not ready for Joshua. He's not ready for Deontay Wilder. If he's not ready for Deontay Wilder, then he's not the best heavyweight in the world. He's a prospect. You know what I mean? Man, much love in the super chat. Mike Biggs Boxing says, it's AJ the biggest disappointment in heavyweight division? Because in my opinion, it messes up the integrity of boxing. He's the biggest. No, for me right now, Anthony Joshua situation is the biggest disappointment in boxing. This fight, the way that this negotiation is going down, is the biggest. It's the biggest. It's the biggest in boxing, man. It's not just the heavyweight division. I can't think of anybody that's done anything like that. You had Muhammad Ali, right? Muhammad Ali, and much love in the super chat too, man. Much love in the super chat expert. Gene said, 50 million, I'm getting in the ring tomorrow. No training camp. Exactly. Man, look what certain cats were able to do, were willing to do. You had a guy like Cassius Clay, right? I can't remember the name that he fought, of the guy that he fought out there in the UK, right? But he went to the UK to fight this dude. He went to Zaire to fight George Foreman. He didn't take soft touches or whatever. Fought 2 or 3 fights, came out and fought Joe Frazier. This dude had no chance at all of beating Larry Holmes. The dude had Parkinson's disease, and they offered that dude $10 million, and he got up out of his bed and took whatever medicine he needed to take and took kind of diuretics to lose the weight because he couldn't run and all that. Henry Cooper, Mr. Boxing Today. Thank you, sir. And he went and did that for $10 million. Now you're talking about a 28-year-old man who's got 3 of the belts that won't leave his own backyard for $50 million that he asked for? That's crazy. Oh, what's Blazing in Sports said, for $50 million, I would slap box an orangutan. Now that I wouldn't do. Well, orangutans, they might just slap you and throw you around, but for $50 million ain't enough to get me to slap no chimpanzee. Those things eat your face. And I ain't the prettiest dude in the world, but my face is worth $50 million. Hey man, I ain't living long enough to be walking around without a face. However, despite what Roseanne Barr would say, Deontay Wilder ain't no chimpanzee, man. Reggie the Tree in the house. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Henry Cooper and Joe Bugner went over there to the UK to do that, man. But he doesn't want to do it. I mean, he's acting like he's a prospect, man. Acting like he's a prospect. I mean, God dog, he's making me seriously, man. I can't. After what Anthony Joshua's done, it is almost impossible for me to criticize. It's absolutely impossible for me to criticize Vasyl Lomachenko. I was making videos about Vasyl Lomachenko, and I was like, you know, he's only had 11 fights, and I don't think he's the greatest fighter ever, and all of that. But you know what? He fights people. He don't act like he's scared, and you know, hey, man. My irritation with the situation for Vasyl Lomachenko just went. It was just like, you know, it's just night and day between that situation and this one. Like, it used to irritate me that people would say Vasyl Lomachenko is number one pound for pound over Terence Crawford. But ever since dealing with this and paying attention to the way Eddie Hearns behaving and Anthony Joshua's behaving, I'm like, look, man, I can live with that. That seems like the good old days. Like, oh, that's all that is. This is pure foolishness. This is holding back the sport of boxing. This is the heavyweight division. Damn, it's the heavyweight division. Exactly, man. That's true. At least Lomachenko ain't ducking no fades. He ain't ducking nobody. He's willing to get in there with these dudes, and he's not getting paid anywhere near the money. You have guys who are moving up in weight class. Dude, Anthony Joshua makes Adrien Broner look like, man, one of the most, like, he's like what do you call it? Green Beret brave. You know what I mean? He's like fireman brave or something. Like, you know what I'm saying? Nobody is doing anything this ridiculous, man. Nobody. Is there anybody? Keith Thurman. God dog. Keith Thurman at least can say he's injured. You know what I mean? At least he's got some plausible excuse, like, I'm injured. You know, I really want the Pacquiao fight. You know, I want that to happen, you know, or whatever, while he's ducking, right? But he wouldn't say nothing like, well, you know, the fight can't happen in Vegas. It's got to happen in Florida. And, you know, I'd be willing to, seriously, I'd rather take a $30 million pay cut to avoid Errol Spence. Man, let me tell you, if they offered Keith Thurman $50 million up front to fight Errol Spence, that dude would be training tomorrow. The fight would be announced the day after tomorrow. And how many people have called Keith Thurman a coward? For $50 million, Keith Thurman would fight that dude tomorrow on a jacked up elbow. Without a doubt. Dude, the only cat that I could think, 50 million guaranteed, you might get, man, if you guaranteed, the only guy that wouldn't take that fight is Floyd. That's it, because he's the only one that's making so much more money than that. Antonio McCrae said, for $50 million, I'll slap a preacher in church during a funeral. Exactly, dude. I do that now. I ain't gonna lie. I'd be like, Rebm, I'm sorry. I gotta slap you. What is up, Miss Poor Gray? How are you? Been reading about your husband doing his thing in New Orleans. That's what's up. Can't wait for the fight. Can't wait for the fight. Can't wait. I hate that he didn't get to beat up on Jose Ramirez, but hey, man, he was right. I don't think that Bob Arum and then we're gonna let that fight happen. So, hey, y'all, get that paper. I hope you're really getting that paper. Also, if there's that 100, I think there's that tournament, the World Boxing Super Series tournament. Man, the best of luck to y'all. Definitely the best of luck to y'all. Y'all very good people. I'll fight Deontay Wilder for that, man. Deontay, look, what's that dude's name? What's that dude's name? Charlie Zinoff? Was that his name? Charlie Zinoff? That's what Charlie Zinoff was willing to fight Deontay Wilder. God dog, man, for free. You punk. Oh, I'm sorry, man. Now I got to call him a punk. Dude, that Charlie Zinoff guy went into Deontay Wilder's gym, can't fight a lick, called his daughter, threatened his daughter. Yeah, Zelenov threatened his daughter. did all kind of craziness, man. He said, "Me too. That's what's up. That's what's up. That's good." Dog. If I don't even know how to pronounce it. If Charlie will take that fight and Anthony Joshua won't for $50 million, that dude's a punk, man. That dude gets humiliated by that dude, man. Seriously, he did the same. Charlie Z's a nutcase, but for $50 million, Charlie Z will get in that ring. God, dog. He walked out the place. Barely, but he walked out the place. Oh, Gerry Cooney beats AJ up. Yeah, hey, now Mr. Boxing Today, shout out to Mr. Boxing Today. For real, shout out to Mr. Boxing Today. And, let me know what your thoughts on this are, Mr. Boxing Today. But I'm not that impressed with Anthony Joshua, man. I'm telling you, for real. Oh, my Mr. Boxing said, Wilder made that dude literally run out the gym. No doubt, B&B Box. What's good? Phenomenal. My video with my wife is up. Loading. Check it out. Will do. It's uploading now. Oh, we'll do. That's what's up. I'll check it out for sure. And y'all check out P&B Boxing. Got that channel, Mr. Boxing. Today's got that good old channel as well. I got to hit this refresh because I'm not seeing what's going on. All right, there you go. Prime Cooney versus AJ for me. Oh, I take Cooney. I think Cooney will jab and move, man. I'll take Cooney over Anthony Joshua. Don't ask me about nobody in Anthony Joshua right now, man. Because, I'm not that impressed with Anthony Joshua. I think Anthony Joshua has one type of jab. He's got a straight jab. He's got a straight right hand. He's very strong. He's got good combinations. Said Mr. Boxing Today said, I slightly favor AJ, but Cooney can crack. Yeah, man, I'm with you, man, on that, but I can't give it to him, man, because I tell you this, Cooney would fight. I bet you Cooney would fight Deontay Wilder next week for $50 million. Cooney could crack, though. He could. Absolutely. He's fast, and he fought real good competition. Aged competition, but, But let me ask you a question. Let me poll the channel. What about Anthony Joshua versus Larry Holmes? Anthony Joshua, Larry Holmes. I know Larry Holmes is hot, dog. Larry Holmes has got to be hot, dog. Baby Joe messy. Baby Joe don't beat AJ now. Butterbean ain't gonna beat AJ now. AJ, Janoko said AJ is Frank Bruno. Holmes, multiple said Flatliner. Holmes, of course. What about AJ Roy? Oh, I'd be interested. Yeah, I would take AJ over Roy Jones. Wow, man. Y'all said Holmes by 2 Robinson. What's good, man? He said chill for 9. The trick question, bro. Dog. Man. Larry Holmes will bust that boy up, man. He'll bust that boy up. But seriously, though, man, I would think that Holyfield. I think that AJ might. I think AJ is around 11, maybe he's around the level of an Ali in 67. He's like, a 1967, 1968 Ali, something like that, man. I think he'd do real nice, with that. Woo-wee. God, dog. Seriously, man, I want to start asking some of these AJ fans, some people like that, who y'all take Ali, 1968 Ali and Larry Holmes. On the real, not on Larry Holmes. I take Ali over Larry Holmes. That comparison. Antonio McCray said AJ couldn't beat David Tua. What about AJ Lennox Lewis? That's what I'm saying, man. This dude turning down $50 million. I'm chilling. Curtis Anderson, what's going on with you, man? Come on, Ali all day, dog. AJ Joker smoking Joe Frazier. I'll take Joe Frazier. From the looks of that Carlos Takam fight, I'll take Joe Frazier. No joke. I take Joe Frazier. From the look of that. Said even Holmes, who beat Ray Mercer, could possibly beat AJ too. Yeah, man. See, now that's my thing, Mr. Boxing Today. So, yeah, I'm running behind on these comments. I take 1974 Holmes over Ali over Holmes. Yeah, I would do that too. But hey, man, I might take a Holmes over a Foreman. Holmes a beast, man. Tommy Morrison, I don't think Tommy Morrison can beat AJ. AJ won't beat Galata. Oh man, now that, my friend, I could be a Bucci and AJ. See, this is what I'm saying. Do you see, like, and it might be a biased crowd. I don't think it is, but see, like all these questions about Broderick Hunter said, for nine, I take, dang, you have Norton over AJ. Wow, Mr. Boxing Today says Tony Tucker would beat AJ. Wow, Tony Tucker. What about Razor Ruddock? What about Razor Ruddock? I take Ike. Wow. What about Razor Ruddock? Who got Razor Ruddock? Oh, Bobineau. Roy Babineau said Razor Ruddock versus AJ. I think I'd take Razor Ruddock. You think GGG will fight Charlo? No, I don't, Raquel. I do not. I do not think that's happening because of what comes out of Abel Sanchez's mouth. I think I don't believe any of this conversation, and I don't believe any of this conversation going on about Gennady Golovkin night fighting Canelo Alvarez. I don't believe a word of it. I don't believe a word of it. They're going to take that 65. They're going to take a 60-40 and shut up and move on, dog. Oh, Junior, the super dog prime Ali would KO AJ. Oh, he'd pistol whip him. He'd pistol whip him. That would be humiliating. He would absolutely destroy him, man. He's so slow. He's so slow. It would just be like, it would be like a slap box contest. It's like you'd be slap boxing a 12-year-old. He would just slap him. He would just slap him. Slap, 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 slap. You know what I mean? Slap, slap, and then move. What in the world would he do with those feet? He would never lay a glove on him. Dog, that's just a beatdown, man. Seriously. Mr. Boxing Today said I'd take a 1991 Razor Ruddock over him. Yeah, that's kind of where I am, man. I would take Razor Ruddock over him. But see, that's what Brian Ola said Fanon, they're just trying to be hyped to the Canelo GGG fight, a fight that has low interest right now, too much good boxing going on. Yeah, man, that fight is not that exciting to me. Really. Oh, man, AJ, Two Robinson said, like 78 Sports TV said, we gave AJ too much credit for that Klitschko fight. I'm so mad at myself for doing that. Yeah, man, but see, you know what? I heard something real interesting about that. Something real interesting. And shout out to the Boxing Clinic and more because he did a video about it. And I would definitely, this particular observation, I want to give credit to the people where these things come from and not act like it's something that I noticed or that I thought of. But the Boxing Clinic and more, CJ Goodfellow was talking about or answering a question that came up from a subscriber of his about whether he thinks that Klitschko ruined Anthony Joshua. Because after that, he hasn't looked very good at all. And he definitely, because he didn't look good against Carlos Takam at all on the real. And maybe, going through that experience and knowing that he can could get hurt has him really gun shy now. But when he got wobbled, and I didn't get the anybody's response on that, but when it looked to me like he got buckled a couple times. I got to go back and look, but one of it looked like he got buckled with a shot to the chest. And that just doesn't. I mean, you can get beat up by those big heavyweights and never be the same. Two Robinson said Klitschko did land a big right hand. Oh man, he hit, but he didn't just hit a big. Oh man, Mr. Boxer today said I damn near take every big puncher over Norton. Yeah, he did have a problem with cats that can land, man. I hate that I didn't get to see I hate that I didn't get to see maybe Norton and a Frazier, but Frazier got ruined by I think Frazier by Foreman, but then he sucked it up against Ali in that third fight, and that was I just thought he was just laying his life down on the line for that. That was so brutal, such a brutal fight. I got to check that out again. But back to Miss Porgray. Nah, he's going to take that money. I don't think he's going to come anywhere near Charlo. I don't think he's going to come near him. And Abel Sanchez made it sound like he wasn't going to come near him either. With all that, black fighters don't sell and all that nonsense all that stuff that he was talking, So, yeah, I just don't see it happening, man. Brian Ola said, ma'am. I don't mean to call you ma'am. Please forgive me. Brian Oyola said for 9, he got buckled twice and curled up every time he got hit with a good shot. It's like he is shook in there. Wilder kills that boy. Yeah, now if they saw that, then that could be very well be another reason why they trying to stay away from that fight so much, because they don't want that boy to get killed, man, or just to get completely ruined. Because if he gets knocked out by Wilder, it's all over. It is all over. I will give that. If he gets hit, and here's the thing, if he gets hit like Luis Ortiz got hit, it's all over. It really is. It's all over. Because I don't think there's anybody in the heavyweight division really that can take a real clean shot from Wilder, except for maybe Luis Ortiz. Because Luis Ortiz, I saw him eat a straight right hand, like he ate one, but he didn't eat 2. You know what I mean? And he damn sure didn't eat 3, 4 of them mugs. So there's something to that cruiserweight, man. There's something to the world's tallest cruiserweight. Mr. Boxing Today said Norton, however, could possibly beat any boxer. AJ might get that Spilka treatment. Yeah, it's just if he gets hit, he's not coming out of that, man. He's not coming out. He's not getting out of that. Wow, Kesha Alexander said I'll take Errol Spence over AJ. Now I ain't gonna go that far, man. But for $50 million, Errol Spence Jr. would be in that ring fighting AJ, though. I guarantee you that. $50 million? $50 million, Anthony. I guarantee you. Andre Ward would fight Deontay Wilder for $50 million guaranteed. Guarantee you. He would be in that ring. Like, hey, man. I hope Virgil Hunter's okay, man. I haven't heard anything else about that incident that he had that kept him out of the corner for Amir Khan. But, if anybody out there knows him, shoot the, prayers and good, and best wishes out to my man. Virgil Hunter, I don't know what happened. Oh, Wilder completely ruined Bermain Stervern. Yeah, oh my God. He was done. Fanon, do you think Gene Tunney can beat AJ? If they were the same size, yeah, I do. If they were the same size, Gene Tunney for sure. I'd fight a kid for $50 million. You say you would beat the tar out of a little boy for $50 million? Yeah, dog, and do your time. Do your time and come on out. Fanon, Ward said he was doing good. Oh, that's good. All right, cool. Good to know, man. Good to know. Hey, Rio Amon, what's going on, my man? He said, just tuned in, fam. So is the AJ versus Deontay Wilder fight on? Heck no. It is almost completely dead in the water, man. If it was ever alive. From the way that they were going through that Rio, I don't even think it was ever alive, man. Cornelius Littlejohn. He said, Fernando Don, Rich Gang Mafia, reporting for duty. What I miss? We just going in on this nonsense about Anthony Joshua. So far, we talked about, whether or not Anthony Joshua, my true hopes, that Anthony Joshua just doesn't have any power and can't make decisions. And all that talk about him being his own businessman and all of that is really just an attempt to try to make him look like he's Floyd Mayweather Jr. so he can get some of that, so he can he's basically doing like a more well-mannered Floyd Mayweather Jr. impersonation, right? Where Floyd Mayweather Jr. really did make his own decisions and really was his own boss. But, because since that's in style for boxers to be their own bosses, like what Deontay Wilder's doing and Keith Thurman's doing and Errol Spence is doing, the way all these guys are being their own bosses with the PBC, that, that Anthony Joshua is being fooled into believing he's making the decisions. But when he really wanted to make big time decision, he got that can't do it move put on him. That's what I'm hoping. Otherwise, he's either stupid or a coward, or both, or theoretically all three. Curtis Anderson, much love in the super chat, my man. He says certain fighters don't react well when they get hit. Joshua's one of those fighters. It's psychological. Well, he did get up off that ground and run for a little while, but then I guess the old man ran out of gas. If Vladimir Klitschko was 5 years younger and let his hands go, he probably might have very well been able to stop that dude. But that uppercut that Anthony Joshua throws when people are tied up, man, that's an ugly uppercut, Doug. God, dog, that is a vicious, vicious uppercut. And I don't think anybody in boxing wants to get hit with his uppercut. That's a monstrous uppercut he hit him with. Straight stretched his neck. Junior the Truth was good, my man. Hey, but much love in the super chat there, Curtis Anderson. It's much appreciated. Ill Established 92 said this duck from AJ will go down in legend. What kind of champion turns down $50 million guaranteed to unify? Not just to unify, but to become undisputed. Not just to unify, but to become the undisputed champion. Who does that? Nobody does that. I mean, he shouldn't. But Eddie Hearns. That is the dude that I cannot stand, Eddie Hearn. I can't stand him. The dude lies like a rug. God dog, he lies like a rug. And I think he's jealous of, I really sense a lot of jealousy between Eddie Hearn and Al Heyman. Straight up. I just get this sense because I went back and listened to what Eddie Hearn had to say about the PBC and all that stuff. And I was like, man, this dude really doesn't like him. He's part of that crew of promoters that were like, oh, this is a terrible model. He's overpaying fighters. Oh, and did you hear Eddie Hearn say just yesterday that he might have to, that he has to overpay some fighters on the DAZN app? That came out of his mouth again, that he would be over. So these contracts that he's offering that are supposed to be good money to the Charlos, he thinks he's overpaying them. He's overpaying them. Dog, you ain't overpaying nobody. If you got to offer that type of money to get them, you ain't overpaying them. Because if you didn't pay him that, you wouldn't be getting them. So you ain't overpaying anything. But he's talking about the offers that he's made. He's overpaying people. Yeah, a couple of them might have, few people I'm going to have to, we'll have to overpay them. Overpay them. That is not fighting. Dude, you not fighting. They're paying, theoretically, the boxers should be paying the promoters, man. Listen, have you ever, like in concert, there's concert promoters, right? How many acts, singing and, musical acts, work for one promoter? They have record labels that they have record labels that very well might, manipulate the tar out of them, but not the promoters of the events. They come to where they if they want to come, they come and they make it, and they get paid. The acts get paid, right? If they don't have an album out or whatever, and they're just doing the old work, there sure some royalties that are paid out, but they don't have work for one promoter, and that promoter organizes every one of their concerts and gets to tell them how much money they're going to make. And at least that's not how I understand it. If they are getting done like that, somebody correct me, but it just doesn't make any sense to me, man. Ali Dago said, I just won $480 right now at the casino. Man, much love, man. Shout out to you. Congratulations on getting that money, man. That's always good. Mark says he say overpay them because they say no. Yeah, you got told no by 3 people. And that's another little funny way that that they phrase that. Jamal Charlo and Jermell Charlo said no. Not right now. Maybe after the fight we'll think about it. You know what that is? That's a no. But hey, I'll reconsider later. Adrien Broner just cut straight to the chase and told the dude no. And look what this idiot offered me. Same thing for Mikey Garcia. Mikey Garcia politely said no. And Mikey Garcia, man, I would be shocked if Mikey Garcia signed with him. And did you hear the attitude? Hey, Delo 404, much love in the super chat. He said if AJ ain't making bank like they say, AJ ain't making bank like they say if Eddie thinks everyone is getting overpaid, promoters should work for the fighter, not the other way around. Absolutely. And they should be working on a fight by fight basis. But the problem is when a promoter gets a bunch of fighters signed to them, then they have the leverage to block people out. But if all of those fighters decided that they weren't going to sign for promoter, then they were going to be able to do that, the marquee level fighters, they would drive these promoters out of business, man. They'd drive them out of business. Povetkin is a smaller guy, easier to fight. Simple. Yeah, he is a smaller guy. That's no doubt. Man, I forgot what my train of thought was. I hate that I got interrupted, but it's worth it, man. Much love in the super chat. Povetkin is past it, but going to be juiced to the max. Oh, I don't doubt it. And that's another little funny thing, man. No juice, 740 AJ. Yeah. Do you think AJ winning a gold medal is overrated? I mean, I don't rate it. I don't care. I don't really care about gold medals and all that. You know, I stopped really giving. Mr. Finisher said, thanks for noticing me. What's that, man? What you talking about? Did I miss Mr. Finisher 11? Did I miss your question? Oh, yeah, no worries, man. Oh, yeah. Mr. Finisher 11 said Povetkin's a smaller guy, easier to fight. Simple. Yeah, no worries. Hey, man. Hey, here's the thing, Mr. Finisher. If you want me to say something to you, like you're talking to me specifically, put Fanon in all caps when you write. I don't really see at Fanon as well, but if you put Fanon in all caps, I'm going to see it and I'm going to speak to it, right? That's what I'm really looking for, because a lot of times there's good conversations going on between people. So I just try to really look for where my name is. So if you want something to say something to me, make sure you just I really like when you put Fanon in all caps is the first word, then I can read it. But as long as you got Fanon in there, I'll try my best to see it. Fight World TV, what's good? He says, what up, Fanon? I'm feeling the live stream. Appreciate it, man. I'm glad that you are, man. That's what's up. Man, much love in the super chat. Gary Benson in the house. Was good, my man. See, what's good, Fanon? Eddie Hearn is really putting a bad stain on the sport with his double talk and half truth. It's like he spews out anything just to keep his name in the press. Without a doubt, man. Without a doubt. He's terrible. Dude is terrible. Oh, that's what I was saying. Yeah, man. Eddie Hearn, I think he's jealous of Al Heyman, man. And they're trying to fake that. They're trying to make Anthony Joshua like a fake Floyd Mayweather Jr. That's what it looks like to me. Harrison won the gold medal too. Wilder washed him. Yeah, man. I ain't worried about. Yeah, man. Good point. Shout out in the super chat too, man. Yeah, man. I'm not really worried about any of that gold medal stuff because I know that Floyd Mayweather got robbed and so did Roy Jones Jr. You know, they didn't win the gold medal. I think they both got bronze medals. You know what I mean? And they're clear. And my understanding is they were clearly the best guys there. So I don't know what happened. You know, I don't know what happened in that gold medal, in the gold medal fight. I didn't pay attention to the London Olympics like that, you know? But shoot, whatever, man. You know, it's like I don't really care. Only time I bring up Deontay Wilder's bronze medal is when, you know, people talk about Anthony Joshua's gold medal. I'm like, shoot. And the fact that he can't fight because of this, that, and I'm like, dude, he's an Olympic medalist. That is an achievement, man. You saw Jakari Smith, Roy got the silver. Thanks, man. My bad. Yeah, whatever. He didn't get the gold. You know what I'm saying? They didn't get the gold. Floyd didn't get the gold. I saw that fight in the Olympics that Errol Spence Jr. lost. Let me tell you, man, go watch that fight where Errol Spence Jr. lost in the Olympics. He beat that dude's body so bad that dude from Kazakhstan was literally running around the ring. Not just kind of running around the ring. Like, he got hit with some shots and all of a sudden he just turned and ran. Like, whoa. Dude, that dude held head. I was like, because Errol Spence Jr. was stalking him. He was, scoring points, hitting the tip of the white glove and all that. And as soon as Errol Spence Jr. got close enough to him to really light off on his body, that dude turned around and ran like it was a horror movie. So, I mean, the pros and amateurs are just different. They're just a different thing, man. Marcus the Villain was good, man. Said Lucas Starkey said, Fanon, excited for next week. Crawford, Fury, Charlo. Oh, my goodness. Especially because his last couple weekends have just not been good at all in boxing, man. And don't worry about being late, Marcus the Villain, man. We're going to roll for a little while, man. It's all good, man. I'm happy to be back on this live stream, man. My vacation was, man, it was so difficult to do it, man. It was just trying to get up videos, when I could do it. But let me go to this schedule next week, man. This is just, oh, by the way, man. Oh, Errol Spence talks. Oh, I got to check that out. All right, let me see what this schedule is. So I'm actually looking for this. Wednesday is Lawrence Okolie versus Luke Watkins. I look forward to seeing that. I'm paying attention to him. I know this is a cat that Anthony Joshua is quote unquote promoting, but yeah, whatever. Yeah, Leo Santa Cruz, Abner Mares. That's what's up. Terence Crawford versus Jeff Horn. Loving that fight. Tyson Fury versus Safiri. Sunday, that's some fight that I'm not going to be able to see. And Louis Neary pulled out of this fight that was supposed to be on Azteca TV. But yeah, man, that's 3 different fights on 3 different networks. Thank goodness Box Nation with, Fury's going to be on that's more than likely going to be on in the afternoon where I'm from, or early evening where I'm from. And then I don't know what's going to be on the undercard of Leo Santa Cruz versus Abner Mares and Terence Crawford, Jeff Horn. Yeah, man, that's a great night of fights, man. That's a great night of fights. I'll take that. Rio said, I'm seriously considering going to the Charlo fight. I want to. Is Charlo on? What's Charlo? When is Charlo fighting, man? I see him doing these press conferences. When is that Trout fight? Is Joshua? Oh, Cedric Green. Is Joshua afraid of Wilder? I don't know, man. He's acting like it. Walk like a duck, quack like a duck. Shit, it's a coward. I can't. I'm people trying to. Oh, Fanon. Mr. Finisher 11 said, Fanon, what happens after Povetkin? After Dominic Brazil, what's next? Do you think they make the fight perhaps bigger money? No, the money fight's not going to get any bigger than it is right now. I don't believe it's going to get any bigger than it can get right now. That's my take. God dog, if you got one guy on what is he on? 40, damn near 39 knockout streak. You know what I mean? You got another guy that's got 3 of the belts and, is having a ton of money spent on publicizing them. One dude's from the United Kingdom, one dude's from the United States. I don't see how it can get any bigger, man. You know what I mean? I don't see it. I think it's where it is, man. Janoko said Anthony Joshua belongs in the Cowards Hall of Fame, man. Man, it could be. 62 million right now with 62 million. How many people are in the UK? That's about how many people in the UK. I think it's 62, 63 million. Oh, my Marcus Villain, the Villain says, yeah, 78's pointed out that it's scheduled. They want Povetkin then Wilder. I mean, they've been saying that for a minute. I can get with that. I ain't got any. I mean, it appears that way. Even though I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't throw a Pulev or a Dillian White in there in between them. I don't trust them, man. Delo 404, man. Much love in the super chat, man. Thank you so much. Right, Terrell Biggs and Henry Tillman won gold medals. Arguably one of the best U.S. Olympic teams in '84. Sidebar: yes, AJ is scared to fight Wilder today. Hey, man, like I said, walk like a duck, quack like a duck, you're a duck. Okay. I don't know what you want to do. People trying to, read inside of people's heads and say, well, there are no heavyweight, no fighters that are ever scared of other fighters. That's not possible. That can't happen. Hey man, he acts like he's scared. I'm saying he acts like it, God dog. That's like people were running around talking about the president, was it 42? That lost to Al Gore, that beat Al Gore. He's not the president. Well, shit, he's sitting in that office like he is. You know what I mean? Walk like a duck, talk like a duck. You're a duck. It's June 9th? What's it on the undercard of Abner Mares? Is it on with Abner Mares? That's tonight. That's next week too. Oh, yes. Huh? I saw that was on Abner Mares. Leo Santa Cruz. They put that on the undercard? Oh, man. How they going to call that an undercard fight, man? Let me check this out. Jermell Charlo box reg. What? That seems like a real quick. Yeah. Wow, that's a quick turnaround for Austin Trout, isn't it? Didn't Austin Trout just get the brakes beaten off of him? I guess that was back in October. Oh, and then he got a win. Actually, he fought since then. Dude, he got right back into it. I don't know how I didn't see this Dion Hell. Is that how you pronounce it? Dion Hell. I would say Juan D'Angel, but I'm pretty sure that's not how he wants that pronounced. But wow, okay, cool. I was tripping, man. Broderick Hunter said, Fernando's trying to tell you that, but his name came out as Maynard. Trout's last stand. Yeah, man, I like Austin Trout, man. I hope he's getting a good payday for this. Mr. Finisher, this is the best boxing channel on YouTube. Look forward to your videos. Man, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. On these, hey, man, I really do like the live streams, though, man. That's an opportunity. Because for the most part, unless I have a guest on or somebody, hey, man, I'm just talking to the people in the comment section. It's just, and, thank goodness we've got so many really good, we've got so many good moderators that we have almost totally eliminated trolls from being able to leave comments. But I would appreciate, we got 155 people in the building, 98 likes. Can we get the likes up a little bit? As you come in, be appreciated. Stone Love, what's good, dog? How you feeling, man? What's going on in the shy? He said, what's good for now? I've been watching your videos after work. Great job. I appreciate that, man. We trying to make it work, man. We grinding. Like I don't know what that beef is with. What's that dude's name? Pusha T. I didn't realize, man. I tell you how much out of rap I am. I didn't realize that was the guy that made the grind. That he was with Clips. I think that's what they call it. Eat Clips. Man, I used to like that group. That's probably the last hip hop group I really listened to. And to know that was the guy that was going back and forth with Drake, I was like, dang, yeah, Pusha T. I should try to figure out what's actually going on, but then I was like, nah, nah. But it is good to see a dude because Pusha T got to be right about 40 years old, man. I just put the 99th like on your page. That's what's up, man. Much appreciated, homie. Thank you, sir, Foshin. Say, yeah, Eclipse. It's Eclipse. Yeah, I like him, man. Yeah, I like that grinding. I like that, man. The twins from the Matrix. That's what's up. Oh, man. Yeah, man, I need to listen to that, man. I don't know what that's about. I just actually started listening to Drake. I was like, I'll give in and listen to this young dude, man. Even though I think that's more singing and rapping, and I don't really believe that's how he really talks. So it's just clips. That's what I thought. It's clips, not Eclipse. It's clips. Like clips, like gun clips. Yeah, man, I just don't think that's how he really talks. Like he's rapping with a fake accent. He just doesn't seem like that's really how he speaks. Delo 4 said Drake is weak as well water. Dang it, what is going on with this shirt? Yeah, But hey, man, he got put on by my man who seems like he's just busy doing some serious drugs. But anyway, man, let me get up off of that, man, because I don't really mess with rap music too much. Let's get back to this boxing. Drake is average. Wilder did a 2-hour interview. When did Wilder do a 2-hour? What? Tell me where that is, man. I'll go check it out. Curtis and Fanon. If Crawford wins in dramatic fashion over Horn, Spence versus Crawford will be a hot fight. I think my personal opinion is that's probably the hottest. I think that is the second most, for me, that's the second most anticipated fight in boxing. And honestly, it might even be more so for me personally than the Joshua versus Wilder fight, because I don't think Joshua's on the level of Terence Crawford as far as a fighter. AJ is weak as well water too. The low. Highs, what's up, man? Yeah, much love in the super chat, man. Yeah, man, he's weak as well water. I mean, that's just, I don't know what's going on there, man. But I'm looking more forward to that Spence Terence Crawford fight. And the other thing that I think that makes that better is that there's just so many more fighters in that division that they can. I mean, because I don't mind that Sean Porter versus Danny Garcia fight. I'm amped for that fight. I'm amped for the return of Keith Thurman. Seeing that happen, I know I've been on Keith Thurman's neck a good bit, but shoot, I like Keith Thurman. It's just that he wouldn't fight Errol Spence, which is, the hard, kind of screwing things up, right? And I like Terence Crawford. I like Jeff Horn. I think that whole mashup of fighters can makes for some really, really good fights. I mean, I'm looking forward to that, man. More so than the heavyweights, because at least in the welterweight division, you really don't have an Eddie Hearn holding stuff up. Eddie Hearn is probably the most irritating thing about all of this, because he's trying to use Anthony Joshua as a stepping stool to make as a way by which to make his name. He's trying to become take over the spot that probably Bob Arum had, right? And Don King had as the dominant promoters. Something that what's his name? Oscar De La Hoya sniffed away. God dog, man, how do you mess something like that up, Oscar De La Hoya? I just do not understand it. Do you think, Mr. Finisher, do you think Wilder moving down in weight class is smart, gains attention to his brother, perhaps? Nah, I don't think that's smart. I'm saying I don't think that's smart. I think that I just think that if he did that, I don't think he's serious about it, number one. But number two, I just don't think there's no glory in beating up little guys. All he's gonna hear is he was really too big for him, because he's 6'7", Oh yeah, 78. Yeah, I've checked out all 78s, those 78s interview. Yeah, man. 78 does really good interviews, period, man. Smith, what's happening, man? Say, what's up, Fanon? Appreciate the live chat. I'm waiting to clock in for work. It's good listening to some boxing knowledge with substance. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that, man. Contre Conroy said, Fanon, you nailed it. I don't know. This is a little bit behind. I appreciate the compliment. I don't know exactly what you're talking about. But hey, man, a broken clock is worth, is right twice a day, man. So I'm bound to get something right. But man, I'm really looking forward to this Spence fight. I'm looking forward to this Regis Poirier. There's a lot of good stuff going on, man. Nassim the Dream said Eddie Hearn is using this fight to become a big star. He wants to be bigger than AJ and Wilder, and the man makes 20 videos a day and cries about Wilder on YouTube. Yeah, man, and I try to do my part to counteract that. I've noticed that. And he works with these other boo-boo ass channels to get them to say stuff. It's just, get out of here, man. It's so contrived, man. And, it really irritates me too. I'll share it, man. What's with What's what? We need unification. Exactly, Jakari. What irritates me is when this dude starts talking about how he knows he's on the numbers. You know I'm a numbers guy. He says he's a numbers guy. Then he says, I don't know, 15, 16, 17 and 0, or maybe, 5, 6, 7 guys. I don't know. Maybe it's 100 million, 102 million. I'm not really. He don't ever seem to be sure about no damn numbers to be a numbers guy. And most guys like that don't even, they're not even going to be in a real numbers guy. Somebody that really pores over numbers is not going to be doing YouTube videos. I don't know if you guys have ever met a real math nerd. Somebody that's really, really, really into it. They typically don't have the type of personalities to be engaging. They're kind of like, they're like, I don't want to speak. I don't want to talk. Give me my spreadsheet. You know what I mean? That's all they are, dog. 8 for 9. Am I getting off soon? Pretty soon, maybe about 10 minutes. I'm thinking somewhere around there. I'm kind of calling it, I'm just kind of playing it by ear at this point. But yeah, it's getting about 10:30 and I got to do something in the morning. So Tiger X, this fight was never going to happen, man. Yeah, I agree with that. I think that's pretty obvious. Foshin said Dana White should be over boxing. This duck is a perfect reason why MMA and UFC took off like it did. Yeah, and they own everybody. Like everybody is under one roof. And they really don't have any choice but to fight. You know what I mean? And like I said, even with boxing, I think that would be, I wouldn't mind that being the case in boxing. That everybody was under the same roof. But, if that's not how it is, and Eddie Hearn ain't offering me anything I don't already have. Brian Taylor said, Fanon, I'm tired of the go around with Joshua. He said he will fight Wilder for $50 million. Now it's something different. Yep, it's pretty much what he is, man. Beverly Rose, let's do one tomorrow. Let's do one tomorrow. Because for real, I don't. As soon as my mouth gets tired, I want to stop. But man, we can do one. We can do one tomorrow evening, and we'll just set that aside. Curtis Anderson, Fanon, listening to you, watching being boxing. That's watching being boxing. That's where Munguia came from. Hey, I like that dude, man. Robert Hunter says, Fanon, Thurman is at peace. It may need that 50 million pulls him away from his new bride to face Spence and Thurman. If they offered him $50 million, I know that lady looks like she's like a Tibetan monk. No, she doesn't, but she'll slap that dude upside the head and tell him go out and make that money. Kidding me? $50 million, you better get out this house. No more for you. Till you get back with that money. Win or lose, get back with that money. Marcus the villain said people love talking about AJ's gold medal, but forget Wilder beat a British gold medalist in Audley Harrison. Yeah, man, they'll do whatever they want, man. Marcus the villain, they'll keep talking. I don't seriously. Here's the thing. If Marcus, if they Rashawn Hudson said for 9, Eddie will be exposed in the purse bids with Alex P because he will be forced to show how much money he really cares about AJ and how much money he puts up. And he ain't fitting to put up 50 million. He ain't got no 50 million to put up. But he's gonna try to negotiate himself into that. I just hope Povetkin's promoter pulls a whammy on him. That's what I hope. But Povetkin said he thinks it's most likely going to be in London. So yeah, Jakari, I agree with that statement. I definitely agree with that statement. He is a manufactured champion. Yeah, I think that's just obvious. I'm not needed to mean the comment at all, man. But that's a true statement right now. Coach Chris, what's going on? He said, Fanon, you about to open a whole different convo because no man with a woman is walking away from that money. Oh, you got that right. Hey, $50 million, boy, you better get out that house and go fight. Fight, or I'm going to fight you. And I'm going to cut you. Something like that. That's what's up. At least that's my view. That's my view of the matter. Just, people are going to do what they want to do. At the end of the day, they're going to do what they want to do. And it'll be what it's going to be. But I'm definitely hoping that this. I want to see the fight that I really want to see in the heavyweight division right now. The one that I'm looking forward to the most, and hoping it can happen is Dillian White and Luis Ortiz. Oh man, Mr. Finish, you said that. What's up with Ortiz White? I need to see Ortiz knock that sideways talking Brit. Yeah, man, he's gonna go run fight Pulev, man. That's my bet. Unless Pulev says, nah, I don't want the fight. Nah, I don't want the fight. But he lost that purse bid for that fight. What's good, Ty Legacy? How you feeling, man? Miss Rose, damn, what Miss Rose say? The little 404 said, Marcus, I think AJ saw Wilder KO Audley in person. Oh, where was that fight? I don't think he's ever actually fought over in the UK, though. Nassim the Dream said, I wonder what AJ's mother said about AJ not taking $50 million. And it seems Eddie has all promoters pissed. Get ready, Eddie, for more purse bids. Yeah, dude is a jerk, man. I mean, dude is a jerk. I mean, all stuff aside, the dude is a jerk. I mean, like, I'm not a big fan of I'm not a fan of Oscar De La Hoya, but at least Oscar De La Hoya doesn't come off like that big of just a straight up smart ass jerk. You know what I mean? He's, he got all kind of utensil problems and stuff like that, but I'm not a big fan of him. Not a big fan of but I'm more kind of don't like them for the things that they do. Eddie Hearn, I gotta admit, I don't like him for just how he is. The dude is just a jerk, man. I mean, he's a condescending, he's insulting people. Like, who keeps Shelly Winkle? Shelly Winkle or Shirley Winkle? Like, Shirley Winkle? I just can't help but call him Shirley Winkle. Who's this Shirley Winkle? Like, what kind of jackass are you, man? You know what I'm saying? What kind of jackass are you, dude? Yeah, exactly. Oh, wow. Beverly Rose said Eddie has the body language of a sassy female. Pretty much, man. Pretty much, ma'am. Excuse me. Mitchell DK says, oh, that's not me. Eddie, the dog Hearn. Yeah, dude's just kind of a bit of a jerk, man. Oh, what happened? Oh, Beverly Rose got that message out of you? Why everyone hate Hearn? He's making boxing bigger and making more fights. No, he's not. How's he making boxing bigger? Boxing is the same size. Boxing is the same size it was in the year 2000. You kidding me? If you want to talk about the size of fights, the fights are smaller than they were 2 years ago. How is Eddie Hearn making boxing bigger when the biggest fights that are made by PBC fighters and Canelo Alvarez? How is that possible? Does Eddie Hearn represent Floyd Mayweather Jr.? I do not think he does. Did he represent Mike Tyson? I do not think he does. I don't think he did. Come on, man. No, he's not. He's made a hype job. He's hyped up British boxing, but he ain't done anything for us. Boxing over here stays good. I mean, it's not as big as some of the other sports we have. But come on, man. Why do you think he's trying to come over here, man? He's trying to come over here. He's trying to come over here and take what somebody else has built. Just be real. He said he has his eyes on all fighters and aren't currently signed to a promoter. Who do you think he's talking about? He's talking about PBC fighters. The same guy that had such a gigantic issue with what with Al Heyman was doing is now coming over to the United States trying to sign his fighters. He's not trying to build anything. He's trying to take something. He's trying to take Showtime fighters off of Showtime. And here's the thing. This is the first time. Look at all the fights going on in Showtime from the United States point of view. If you're from the UK and you don't watch Showtime boxing, you might not understand it. But we just now have a major network that is heavily invested in boxing and is constantly putting on great shows. It's like every month, sometimes a couple times a month, that we're having great fights that we get to see. And what Eddie Hearn is doing is he's trying to sign fighters away from that and say, hold on, we want to take Deontay Wilder and we want to take him off of Showtime. We want to take Adrien Broner off of Showtime. We want to take the Charlo brothers off of Showtime. And we want to put them on DAZN. To fight who? To fight some guys who are some young Olympians or some guys who, guys that are on their last leg. Just come on, man. What good does that do us? I would rather I'm trying to have it go the other way. I'm trying to get Showtime. I'm trying to get HBO out of boxing and ESPN out of boxing. Get HBO and Showtime out of boxing and throw them all over there on Showtime. And then boxing in the United States will really be something. Because Canelo, who was with Showtime, will be back on Showtime. Gennady Golovkin could be on Showtime. Terence Crawford on Showtime. Lomachenko on Showtime. All these guys on the same platform. That's what we need. We don't need another platform. He went from having just another promoter, which is enough problem, to having another platform. That's just, it's terrible. It's terrible. We don't need him. I don't want him here. Go away, man. Go away. Okay? Go away. Or take your time, sign some people out of the amateurs. Do that. Sign some cats coming out of the amateurs and put a whole bunch of amateur American fighters, sign them for 4 and 5 fight deals and have them fight on DAZN. I would like that. Because that way I don't have to wait to see Lil B-Hop fight. I don't have to wait around and see, God dog, when am I actually going to be able to see Teofimo Lopez fight? When am I going to actually get to see Devin Haney fight? I mean, Devin Haney just did it, but, when am I going to get to see this new amateur guy that just came out of the Olympics? When am I going to get to see him fight? Malik Omar said HBO ain't going nowhere, Fanon. I know. Because it's just like their boxing is going to go down. It's not going to be very good. But I'm with you. I'm just saying, my thing is Eddie Hearn is not helping us by giving us another way to divide and make it more difficult to make fights. And he's proven time and time again, just out of his own mouth, he said, these fights would be a lot easier to make if he was signed with me. It's just, I don't like it, man. It doesn't do me any good, man. You know what I'm saying? For me, it doesn't do me any good. It does Eddie the germ worm, like my man Sauce Talk says. It does him well. Doesn't do me anything, man. Oh, he isn't. He's helping himself, man. And and he's not, if he's honest, that's what he'd be. He's helping Matchroom Boxing, but it is what it is, man. Oh, man. Infamous LSG said, HBO is the Fox News of boxing. I wish they would go away, but it isn't happening. Yeah, it ain't happening, man. They got enough money to just keep it going. Or, HBO, if they get rid of the crew, if they just got rid of that crew, with the exception of Roy Jones except for the fighters, if they got rid of that crew, I think it would help a lot. It would help a lot for me to be able to enjoy it. And by that, I mean, get rid of Max Kellerman too. Max Kellerman been there for years now. He's had his chance. Hey, we don't do that, Step. Step, we don't do that, man. Please don't diss other channels on this channel. That's not cool. Malik, absolutely fine. Yeah, Nassim the Dream. That's why Eddie is in the U.S. shopping for talent. They say he puts everything on pay-per-view in the U.K. It's so bad, Spence would be the main attraction. Yeah. Hey, man. It's pay-per-view in the UK. It's, it's whatever, man. Man, Beverly Rose just threw you out this joint. SJ Fish, what's happening? I'm chilling, man. I'm chilling. I'm not, I think I'm about to call this a wrap. It's about 11 o'clock, man. I really do appreciate everybody coming to the channel. And this live stream has been good. I've enjoyed it immensely. But I'm trying to see how long. Yeah, I've been about an hour and a half, man. Harold Tadman said, "What up, great boxing talk? Hey, it's been fun to talk to you guys." So yeah, Jakari, it's time for a new HBO Bison crew. Yep. Good night to everybody. I really do appreciate it, man. I'm gonna catch up with Beverly. Rose probably gonna do one tomorrow. And look, I appreciate y'all very much. And with that, I'm out. Peace.